Well, Tommy, fantastic effort once again.
Yeah, listen, it's been an unbelievably good occasion, tinged with a massive body blow 40 seconds before half-time, which is, I said to the lads, it was a boxing match in the first half. We would have been ahead on points, I think, just. They're a good side, they're a big club, and I think their fans showed in the numbers what they feel their aim is this season. But I've got to say, our fans, with the tribute to Lee and everything else, was absolutely brilliant. So it made for a great atmosphere and a great footballing occasion. What I will say is I looked around the pitch at the end of the game and there was as many of their lads laid prone on the floor than there was of ours, and they won the match. That shows you just how far we've come in the short period that we've been here. But certainly the lads are now competitive in the division. We're definitely not the third worst team in this division, and I'm just gutted I didn't get here a couple of months earlier. But it isn't over, and we stand here every week, and I know you think it might be, and it should be, and it could be, but shoulda, coulda, wouldas don't get you up or down in this division. You've got to keep going till the end. And the end for me will be, if our last game is on the 7th of May, it'll be at 5 o'clock then, and I'll be telling you, right, it's over now, but it won't be over until then either way.
As you say, on the effort side of it, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Lynn players down on the haunches, but also relief you could see in some of the Grimsby players.
Yeah, I mean, again, ask their manager, ask their players, ask the Notts County lads and the management there. They tell us every week, oh, you've made that difficult for us, you know. So that's what we have to do. We haven't got the depth of squads that most of these clubs, like your Grimsby's and your Notts Counties, your Chesterfields and your Stockports, your Wrexhams, I could go on. We're punching above our weight to be in the division, but we're punching above our weight in the division, certainly in the last 2 or 3 months. So from that point of view, I've got to look at it as positive. I know when you lose a game, what are you going to take out of that? But a bee has a sting and honey. You've got to take this sweet bit as well as the sting. And there's lots of things that I think Josh Coulson was absolutely immense. I thought Tyler Denton is another appearance from him where he could certainly play in the other team. So there's all sorts of reasons I could be happy. But ultimately I hate losing football matches. And so do them, by the way. The lads are lower than a snake's belly, so I'm going to give them a bit of a rest, recharge their battery. People got to remember, over the Easter period, they haven't been out with their families and chocolate and cake and beer, if that's what people do. They've been preparing and training the day after the Notts County game to be prepared for this game. So, yeah, listen, I'm proud of the whole group, proud of the whole club in terms of the way they've put on a fixture with over 3,000 people, I believe, over 3,000 people, and made it a proper football event.
Just over, you mentioned the 2 defenders there, but
yeah.
all through, it was fantastic.
Well, I think, like I never ever moan at the strikers if we don't score a goal. I won't just blame defenders if we concede a goal. Ultimately, we switched off for a second at a set piece throw in, which a lot of people have not even noticed why I'm saying that, but that's where we blew it. And there was a few things happened after that which maybe could have been preventable, but by that time Grimsby were always just on the front foot ahead of us. But it's a frustration. Without blowing too much smoke up the staff's backside, there isn't many games we've been in from the off that we've not still been in at half time. I'd say Wrexham was probably 1 or 2-0 down. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be hard. But other than that, we've been in most games. And like I said, boxing match, we get hit below the belt just before half time, and it took a hell of a lot out of the group, I thought, because we had a plan to change it 0-0. We tried to get back in the game with the same shape, but then people mightn't realise again, we changed the shape without changing the personnel for a short period, but by which time I think a lot of our lads had also played 90 minutes on Friday, where they've made 5 changes, and they've got 7 lads sitting in the stand. I haven't, you know, with all due respect. The one I've got sitting in the stand would probably be in the team, but he's playing with these kids behind you. So from that point of view, you know, like I said, it's not sour milk and it's not sour grapes. It's just we haven't got the resources that they have. So I'm proud of the group, proud of the club today, and I genuinely hope Grimsby go on and finish off the job.
Just a horrible time to concede, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's never a good time, but that is. If there was a horrible time to score on Friday, it was about 8 minutes, because I knew we just bit the dog, the tail, you know, Notts County, and it angered them, and they come out and they did really well against us, I felt. But listen, you have to take it as when they come and if they come, and unfortunately today, we haven't managed to breach the team's defence to score a goal, but we made enough chances, we made enough situations, just that clinical bit or that clever bit that they showed, to be fair to Jordan Maguire-Drew. He could have had a shot himself, but he realised Tyler had defended really well and he made the right pass to the guy in a better position. I think we have one or two that maybe think they can do it all themselves when they get into that situation, and they can. But sometimes doing the best thing for the team is the better choice, and they did that today. And I've got no bones, or gripes about it. We've lost a game 1-0, fair and square. Referee and linesman had good games. Great football occasion, but just not the result we wanted.
There were just a couple of times when it just needed an extra toenail or something for somebody to be on the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, and people will tell you your luck evens out or you don't believe in luck. But I said it to you before, the best manager I played for says he didn't believe in luck, but he believes you need it. And that just didn't fall our way in the box, But that's it. We have to move on from it, and we'll like I said, the lads will have a rest. We will be straight onto the fact that we've got Dagenham away next week. In my opinion, if we go and win there, and the results don't go against us, we're still in it, and that's what I say. I'm never gonna give in. It's just not the way I do it.
It's just the belief that it can still be done, isn't it?
Well, you can. Listen, there's people got out. I survived in the Premier League two seasons in a spin, and with about 5 games to go, we were out of it. We had no chance, but we managed to shut by hook or by crook. We did have Matt Letizia in the side, but that was a big difference. But we did manage to do it. Nothing is impossible in football. At the end of the day, Leicester City won the league the other week. How many of you would have put money on that at Christmas? It's just one of them things. Nobody would have put us. I tell you now, when we walked in the door, nobody would have had us still competitive at Easter. Nobody. You guys, possibly us guys, but the way that the group that were here has reacted, and the ones that are still here are trying and giving their everything. The lads we've added to them have gelled really well. They're a great group of lads, and they won't give up. They will not give up. They'll not let each other give up, and I won't let them give up.
You said, if I can go back to the beginning, that had you come in a couple of months earlier. Sorry to push you on that, but do you think had you been here all season, we wouldn't be talking about relegation?
You can only look at statistics, and obviously since we've come in, the points per game would suggest to you we wouldn't be in the position that we're in. So the answer to your question is yes, I genuinely believe that. Was I available 2 months before? I don't know. And was the situation in such a situation that they needed? That's not my bag. It's I just have to. I just know. I know now statistically, since I've been at the football club, we aren't the third worst team in the division.
What's the difference between when you came in and now?
Competitive edge. Listen, we have. There would have been game plans and there would have been a style of play before I came in. I changed probably my game plan or my style of play, sometimes to suit or sometimes to oppose the opposition. So I think I'm probably a little bit more flexible in the way I will play. Obviously that depends on who you have available to you. So obviously we didn't have Cameron Hargreaves today, so we lost massive amount of energy and fitness basically. We didn't have Ollie Scott, so I couldn't go 2 lefties down the left. So little things again, we haven't got that capability to just replace a like for like, and that is this level. Again, not having a go at the people who look after the pitch, but the pitch isn't good enough for the level. It's as simple as that. They'll tell you that. They've had a couple of chances at the end where they probably should have scored or would have scored on their pitch, but that pitch isn't ready for this level of football. It needs sorting out if you want to be here.
Josh Coulson, you did mention, he just started with a player on the left and on the right of him. When he finished, they were the wing backs way up. I mean, it was incredible at times.
I mean, listen, he's been. I can say nothing but good things about Josh on and off the pitch. And yes, he'll have his faults or his weaknesses at the level, like he knows. But we try and we try to build around him. And like I said, I've been nothing but pleased with him all the way through. And there's not many in this group that are playing at the moment that I am unpleased with, or not pleased with, I should say. So from that point of view, I'm gutted that we've lost the game. But the manner in which we lost the game is what people have to look at. And I understand fans get frustrated, change. I get it, honestly I do. But I know these players probably better than they do, and because I work with them most days of the week. So I knew what we did was what we should have done, I felt. And had we just had that little rub of the green in the first half, we might have gone in 1-0, and we might still have lost the game, but it would have just given us that little bit of a fillet as a group of lads who give me their all first half. that was just the real body blows, under the belt body blow. They didn't do anything wrong, Grimsby, by the way. They just scored a goal, but it just hit us right in the nether regions.
Given that you were playing well.
Yeah, like I said, if you'd asked anybody here, I think even the guys from Grimsby who'd come, they'd say, they would have been pleased to get in at 0-0. You know, but
That's compliment to your team, though.
yeah, I think so. Like I said, I mean, I thought we were set up the best way we could be to face what we thought they would pick. Of course, they made 5 changes, but they played in the manner in which they usually play. They tried to do that. So, like I said, there's always trends. They'll know that we were likely to play a certain way if certain players return to the team, like Josh Barrett. So it's a bit of a cat and mouse game, but I thought it was neck and neck. Listen, they won by 1 goal, so that'll tell you. Paul will be delighted, and it'll be a great performance for his lads in terms of coming away to a team that asked them a real good stiff question today.
Thank you very much.
No problems.
Much appreciated.
All right.